Hey, what's up, everybody? I've been talking with many of you on social media, of course, like I always do on Twitter and Instagram and the Facebook fan page and all that kind of stuff, about, you know, the DLC, and it's really got a lot of people's opinions divided, and rightfully so, right? I mean, this DLC's kind of become a dirty word in like gaming culture, right? It's like either you support it or you think it's gross and you don't support it, or it's all about greed, man, or something else. But I'm gonna explain to you all real quick why I'm cool with the way I think they're gonna treat DLC with Final Fantasy VII Remake and other Square Enix titles going forward as well. I think what they want to do is they want to kind of bridge that gap between people who want to dive as much into the lore of the games as they possibly can in the world that they're creating, and they also want to satiate people who are just kind of casually going to play this game, right? Because believe it or not, I'd say about 70-75% of the people who are playing this, are going to play this series as it comes out, the remake series, whatever it's called, they are going to be casual fans. The 20 to 25% of us are like diehard Final Fantasy VII fans, and Final Fantasy lore fans in general. I think the DLC episodes are going to be to help world build. It's going to be stuff that you don't necessarily need to know to progress through the story. And that's why I'm okay with it, because it's going to be one of those things that, you know, if you want to play it, if you want to buy it and play through it, then it's here for you. If you do not want to buy it, have to buy it and play it, you're not going to have to buy a bunch of extra DLC episodes and stuff to get the full experience or the full story. I think you'll be able to play through the story and know what's going on. I don't think they're going to put anything in a DLC that you have to know to get the rest of what's going on in the story. I think, you know, if you want to know like the backstory of characters, or if you want to like an extra mission with this character or that character that you like, that if they're like, okay, this character is going to be a favorite, then we're going to put this mission in there. People can download it and buy it and play it if they want to. And if you don't, you're not missing anything. So that's why I am cool with what they're doing with the DLC and the path I think they're going to go. Now, the characters I think that we're going to see DLC for, I think we will see Yuffie, I think we will see Vincent, I think we will see Sid, I think we'll see Red 13, and I think we could get some Turks DLC. I don't know what the Turks DLC would be, and this is just me theorizing, right? This is me spitballing. But if I had my preference, those are, well, we're getting the Yuffie DLC, we know that, right? The Sid, the Vincent, the Red 13, the Turks, that would be 5, right? I think that would be plenty over the course of however long it takes to get Remake Part 2 out, which I still think it's going to be the first to second quarter of 2023. I think it's going to be like April or May 2023 when we get Remake Part 2. I don't see it dropping in 2022 because we do have Final Fantasy 16 still that they're working on. And it's supposed to be out this year. So I think the Final Fantasy 16 is still where the breadth of the work is coming from as far as like Square Enix goes. And I also feel like Final Fantasy 16 is going to get a lot of support after it comes out. I think they'll probably do some DLC for 16. Just the way that game is structured and the way it looks like it's being put together, I feel like it's going to be a big world, right? And I feel like that might also get some DLC. We don't know anything about the characters outside of Clive and a couple of other characters they've announced. It's a big story, so it's going to get support after it comes out. I'm almost 100% positive. So it's not like they're just working on Remake. 16 has got me super hyped. I can't wait for Final Fantasy 16. I can't wait to see what it is. I can't wait to get a PS5 to play it. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for that. But as far as the remake stuff goes, we got to keep that in mind. So to tide us over until Remake Part 2 is ready, and out and available. And I think they could tide us over with DLC attachments for Remake Part 1 that take place in Midgar. And it's a brilliant way to explore eventually all of Midgar, right? We know we're getting Sector 2 and Yuffie's DLC. We could get something with Sid Highwind in Midgar. We could get something with the Turks in Midgar. I don't think we'll get anything with Vincent in Midgar. I don't think we'll get Vincent DLC until after Remake Part 2 comes out. And Sid as well. I think we could see Sid. I don't think we'll play as Sid. I think we could see Sid in like a Turks DLC or something like that. Like he could be at the Shinra Tower, demanding to see President Shinra, wanting to know what's going on with the space program, raising hell in the lobby, cussing and kicking. And it would be a really cool way to introduce Sid, instead of how he'll probably get introduced just busting in the door at his house and cussing at Shara and telling him to get some tea for their guests. But if that's how they want to introduce him, I'm cool with that too, because that's how we get introduced to him in the original game. But I think the DLC will be a way for them to keep everybody's fever pitch level of hype satiated and give us little doses of the game until it comes out. And if you don't want to buy them, you're not going to miss anything. That's what I stress. If they go that route, which they could, which it looks like they might, right? Because we're getting the Yuffie DLC. I think they will do more DLC after the Intergrade stuff is out. And we don't even know what all Intergrade is going to include. We've talked about that, right? So I've talked about that. I won't get into that, but Intergrade could include a lot, and we'll find out when they do this play special with Yoshinori Kitase. We might find out more about that. But right now, I'm cool with the DLC but it's important that they don't put anything in there that is crucial to know moving forward. It's a get to know you period with some of the characters and stuff, but you don't have to know the information. Something fun for us to play as fans until the next game is ready. But it can't be something that if you don't buy it, you miss out on something, because I don't think that's fair. A, people don't have a lot of disposable income right now. And B, I just don't think that's a good business practice to begin with. Now, will I buy DLC for Remake as it comes out, regardless of what it costs? You know I will. And I know a lot of you will. We'll complain about it. I don't want to pay $20 per DLC. I think $5 to $10 is good. I think that's a good amount of money, depending on what you get with the DLC. But no, if it's $19.99 every time they do a DLC, I mean, I'll swallow my pride and get it. I mean, but I don't think it should be that much, because they have to think about the customer base, and you don't want to, you don't want to paywall people too hard on that stuff. Yes, you have to pay to produce it. Yes, you have to pay to make it, because you can't just magically make DLC, especially if you add sections of Midgar in all the DLC and then play through Intergrade when all the DLC's out in a way that fills in all these chapters, and you can play it straight through and go to all these versions or areas of Midgar, which is a super cool idea that I won't get into right now because it's a whole other video worth of ideas. But I think that would be cool. You can't paywall people to death on that, but you still have to pay for it. Like you're still creating things that aren't there, right? So you still have to pay to create that. I think $10 per DLC is a fine number. I think, you're probably going to get at least 150, 200,000 to 250,000 maybe purchases of that $10 DLC, which I think, if my math is right, I think $6, I think 60 cents, 50 to 60 cents on the dollar probably goes to Square Enix, and the 40 cents on the dollar probably goes to PlayStation because it's on their market. But that aside, I think that would be a good price. But let me know what you all think. I know a lot of you all are excited for the concept of DLC, but I know people are split opinions on it because the whole price thing, the whole paying over and over again for a game, for a story. And I get it, I understand. I'm a dad and I own a house and all this other kind of stuff, so I got real people bills, you know what I mean? We've all got real people bills. There's different bills for everybody. I get it. So I hope they keep this in mind. we want to play all the stuff, but we don't want to have to pay $400 for this, all of it, when it's all said and done, right? Which some people already have because they got the Soldier First Class edition. But anyway, let me know what you all think about that. Hope you all have a great weekend. Enjoy your day, enjoy your Saturday, and more content coming from me. Of course, I'm gonna try to get content out every day this week for you all. Relate many other topics, all kinds of stuff I want to do this week. So you all keep rocking. Have a great night. Be safe out there. Be good to each other, and I will see you in the next video.